Hey guys, and welcome to this crash course for Apple's Julio 20. This tutorial is aimed at absolute beginners. Will have theirs in no time. Want to produce their first song? I'll explain it briefly and most concisely. Important elements such as wind instruments, drums, and effects. What are the most important regulators and it. Finally, one song in an MP3 WAV file if you fulfill it. So that everyone should start first. Look a little bit different then. With me here, it's a demos and loaded we want. But we don't have to hear a demo ourselves. We're going to produce a song for that. Up here on the arrow and click either new basic 50-meter oder U from template at the beginning. Then I would just say click on U up here. Basic with the matter to listen to music now. The first thing we have to do is produce. To hear something, the first thing that comes to mind is options and go to audio settings next. Here devices on this drop-down menu. On the left, you can either go to direct sound devices or audio device directly. Control. For example, I have an TV on the desk. Are you a bit more professional? On the go and have an audio interface. I would give you the Asia devices. Recommend either takes yes if you or Asia before. I just click FL for the tutorial. Studio to the remaining option we can and do neglect for now. Go out here. Before we start, we have to meet. Provide a very small overview. Up here, you will find the menu bar like with every other program on case. For example, you can open projects, saved, import, and export. Other options like media and Jared. Settings, and if you really need help, click on the right next to it. You will find the controllers once the master, volume, and the scale at the beginning. Sometimes not there at all. Then you have the option between the pattern, also party mode, and in the song. To change mode, what patterns are. I'll explain something to you first. On pattern, then, you have it completely play, normal. Stop, and record to the right. You can find the BPM number, your uncle's speed in general. You can change values in full studio by pressing the left mouse button. Hold up, down, left, and right. Turns the wheel up or down. Or right-click and then opens in. Usually a drop-down menu, and you can also enter words there. Up here you have the song position. Animals wherever you are in your beat or song. You have to out of two options. Go to the right either minute, seconds, or bars. But also with the left mouse switch button and finish. The pattern selector is also added. For later on the left side completely. Outside you will find the browser, or the plug and pk. You can find samples here. Instruments, plugins, your own projects. Or very important with curbs and everything. Whatever else you have on your computer. You can either use this or turn it off with this button. Just click here on the left too. Or just click on it for. The next button on the left is the mixer. You can use your instruments here later. Mix and effects by give make. Let's take you back to the next point. Is that channel rector would be this? You can also open Windows with this button to switch on and off. Sharing feels like the heart of it. By FL Studio. This is where the ones mentioned before patterns arise. These are patterns in German. Here you can, for example, let's make basket later to the piano. Parents and what else I don't know. You can also do everything here later. Samples, tram elements, and instruments. Load in is right next to it. The piano. You can listen to your melodies here later. Play or record. And the last important button is located to the left of it, and that is that playlist. That would be this big window. Here you can also switch off and on. The song is created here in the playlist. You can create yours later. Insert patterns and your song. Range to get Apple's trier now. I already thought we create a very small demo together. Song, then you are welcome to follow if you want or just watch. Start off strong with a tram pattern. To do this, he first went to the Sherrick and now let's mix a few scrapes. We provide elements for this here. Over to the browser and click on Pack. Xamax. You will find all the drum elements, instruments, loops, vocals, includes white. I don't know what you'll find there. We often go trumps first and then on biscuits. All these samples here. We can listen to it now. Click on it on the left. Now that we have found one we like it, we grab it via drag and drop with the left mouse button and go over to the with this sample. Channel rec here, you can either do that sample above and below or with. Someone else always replaces Look them. At this green both or around. This green surf. I want this now with the first kick. First put on the right side. You now have this luxury in such a way. The individual steps of the step sequencer, you can now make a plan. Create so a patenter is in principle nothing other than actually magnifying glass in which these individual luxuries. Click and if you now either press light up here or with the spacebar the look starts to play. Of course, just a kick is something boring program you give me a few more pure. If you've ever sued, you can just go right click over the praise you bill that is activated and endure it. You can either hold it down and go over it and several switch off at the same time that you can. Of course you also use press your mouse button and simply pull it on. How he likes to need that, bad that. Here again and do one completely, classician for on the floor beat. Let's now come to the explanation of what this is. Individually control, here make the green button switches the sample on or off. This button is the penning so we can adjust the tone either to the left turning or to the right left. Is a cool one. Shortcut by pressing the you save the value of the household goods on the right. Next to it is the volume control. I don't use these two controls at all, but I'll also show you why. There is a number to the right of it. This number indicates which position in the mixer. So the instrument is located here. So the kick is in position 1. Is located at insight. We'll also do this kick again. 2. Next to it, of course, is the name of the sample. You can also click on it here. You can later if you have a bit. The sample has more experience. Edit and this box that is currently highlighted in green indicates which instrument is currently selected. Next we'll look for one club from percussion and let's take now. Just every now and then this one here and pull on the 2 when it works and now let's do a very basic thing. Let's just leave this one beat. And how beautifully plays between them. Racket now still the adjust speed 130 BPM. Example something fast for houses. Simply right click here on BPM and click on. We now claim only 20 ppm. Just let our trumpeters finish. Is currently our pattern is called pattern. We see either up here at the by hand selector or back here. The pickup our dance around a little more now. To be in order. Especially projects with larger you simply ones. Go here. Pedersen right click and opens. Rename anchor there could be the pattern. Give it a name I'll call it now. Drums and on this gray box. You can easily do it on this bike. Select a color are now available. Just a nice one here. Press brown red when we're done. The enter or here on exactly now. We would like our tram pattern in. Incorporate our song. For that we can either do this here. Take a pen or this brush with the. You can easily do this. Normal temples and this club. Somewhere in Europe rank with this. You can simply hold down the brush. And so many patterns in a row. Do as you need if you want. I just recorded it with the right. Hold down and remove everything you need. I'm going to add to more here. Build a beach which gave me a nice for bar. Longwise we can now. Optionally also the track name change to have more order. Trump can also change the color here. If you want to, come to get even more order. Let's now talk about the difference pattern and song mode, namely the pattern mode only affects that channel rec and the selected pattern. In that case, I only have one trumps and the song mode will then be here. Played in the playlist you can not just petter uns creating and love. You can also pack a list individually. Pack samples and now, for example, on samples and look for a crash symbol out, for example this symbol. Simply drag and drop and in. Grab the playlist you now have. Maybe saw that picker here. On the left side is on audio, clips, and here is the sample is shown. You can also go back again by clicking on backup or dance go. Now back to the goal corner. You have now seen that the group has changed and this is here, and although this has automatically changed but you can also set it up again. Answer go for your pattern. Or it's great that they're all for you. Instruments team appear in your track. In the best case scenario, this works for every channel here too. Simply pull it up via drag and drop. Or, with the mouse wheel we see the 5 is still free. Let's just go with this one. Number 5 there now. Few scrapes elements in a song would sound pretty boring if I now have a few more instruments. But I don't want to add these in the tram pattern, but one separate pattern created for this. Let's go to the top of the pattern Electra and press this plus, and this new pattern for us now. For example, piano can also be given one color that is in order. Accept that, and here too. Let's accept that now. There is an instrument to load into stake. Several options. The simplest would of course be down here on the plus. To click and get an instrument. To choose, you have a choice between trumps are there as instruments, basses and whatnot. I don't know everything. I'll just take the whole thing here. Basic. The success meant most full. Studio stock plugins have here a below. Keyboard you can experience. Hold that. Down the left mouse button about it, vision and hearing like that. Instrument sounds. If you don't like the sound, you can also use a different preset. To do this, simply click on the arrow up here and select yourself there. Or you can just go up here. The name and says preset and stand. Now just that the piano and in the subgroup grand piano. Now one could assume that we go back to playing the instrument into the charic and draw here too. So luxury in the step sequencer, which grades 1 do we make on the easy times and is back in the squad again. You heard it will only ever be one single note felt. That's not it. The meaning and purpose of the having thing different is notes what we want that here. First go away with the supervisor and now go to the piano, and here you can. Now you can write in your grades. K and D. Simply use the mouse on the note needs and can sign you as long as he does. You can also play chords if he already knows a bit, and then just press play or spacebar. Very simple, but you can also do several. Do it for minutes in a row. I was just a whole person now. Simple corporation, you can also control around house to house go us. This note and listen to it for a moment. Yes, nothing special, but for demonstration pass das ganz gut when were fertigsten genial aus Japan heraus geben dem Piano noch einen Channel. Reflex per Jets noch frei und jetzt können wir das Piano Pattern in unseren Song einbauen, also in die Playlist when dueln das noch mal aus und einfach higher rain, and when wir jetzt auf Song klicken können wir unseren Song anhören. Wunderschön wir sagen jetzt einfach müssen mit unserem Engagement zufrieden gesters sais on abmixen. Dafür KEKME higher eber in den Mixer bever. Is mit dem eigentlichen Mixing losgeht wird sich die Channels noch beschriften. Wenn higher eber nicht mehr ist, Instrument auf dem Channel sitzt kennt. Higher einfach zurück auf das Chainery and higher steht natürlich immer Welch. Position your instrument hat die Kick. Kommt auf die einst Eklat auf die and so weiter jetzt fangen wir in die Channels im Mixer zu beschriften der einfach recht drauf and sag rename, Color and Tynen. Wir haben gesagt das hier ist die Kicker. Nach die Schein far brain and wenn ihr wollt kann ihr hier nach einen Remachen das da and sage bestigen. Das old match man natürlich den anderen Instrumenten, dies why waren natürlich die Klapp die. Dry war die hat die fünf Vaters right. Becken and ich sechs war das Piano. Ich kann natürlich auch Jeans. Gruppenweise einfach ben einfach steuern. Edricht halten and mit der Maß Ales. Markieren was higher rein haben wollt and sagen Rexglick change Keller and nimm dieses rotiert and die. Orientierung im Mixer ist ziemlich einfach higher oben hat ihr die optisch. Darstellung Lautstärke grunnen nach. Higher sagt welches Instrument aktiviert. Ist das kann ihr einfach mit der linken stand and ausschalten oder mit. Der rechten Maß ist off so clean. Higher hat ihr wieder das Spanning also, das nach links and nach rechts dran. Der Großfehler higher ist die Lautstärke. Higher unten ist noch ausgegrater. Effekt Kanal higher das war das Recording. Der Channels and das higher ist die Track. Latens die Branche im Anfang Bechen das regelt erfüllt der Regel selbst standig geben wieder. Rexgif nennen so no Kanal das wieder. Als aktiviert ist Druck and Play. On Mission etwas in der Lautstärke der Instrument. So, wir kann auf die Verschieden, zumindest nach Effekt drauf geben. Beispiel will ich auf Tig Jets examine das again wir auf den Kick Kanal. Klicken legs drauf im besten Fall. Klick direkt auf den Solo Kanal and auf der rechten Seite findet ihr 10 Effekt Slots ich nehme jetzt einfach mal. Slot 1 and ihr set schon is singed. Menj Effekt der Auswunkend. Historischen Freeware Analysis Progins. And was way ich nach. Ich möchte aber jetzt mal ein Examen and Spiel etwas in den Frequenzen Rumses. Medit gefällt. Zum Beispiel so Hermann nach mal Kursen den Beat hinein. And so müssen so ich zufrieden mit unsere Mix down and sagen das wir Projekt erstmal speichern. Dafür gehen wir hier oben auf File and sagen in Twitter safe oder save erst and wir dort einfach ein Project Ordner aus. Or you are finished with your song and want it directly as a WAV or MP3 export as file. Export WAV or MP3 file. Whatever you like better. So now you should have the basics. Own your very first Beatle. To produce Jack you have special ones. Questions such as how correct keyboard is on or like free Cornish with a microphone. Take a look at my Apple CEO Basic playlist according to the city should not have a video. If you have any questions, please write in the comments or I like to make an extra one on Instagram video about it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao again.